be learning how to draft the basic bodies for that can pass for a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old. So this measurement is actually for a 2-year-old, but the drafting is actually the same. So the half length is 9 inches. Then I'll be drafting both the front and the back together. So you have to mark your 1 inch for zipper. After that, you proceed to marking your shoulder divided by 2. So our shoulder is 9 inches. So 9 divided by 2 is giving us 4.5. Then I'm going to be adding half an inch to that, which will give me 5 inches for the chest line. But since this is a sleeveless dress, I will just maintain the 4.5. Then on the chest line again, I'm going to mark the shoulder divided by 2, 4.5, then connect it together like this. So on this line, I'm going to come down by half an inch. Then I'm going to mark 2.5 for the neck width. And connect it like this. The next thing is to look for the midpoint of this, which is 2 inches. Then you curve out the armhole. Draw out your armhole curve. Then on the chest line here, we'll be marking our chest divided by 4. Our chest divided by 4 is 20. So 20 divided by 4 is giving us 5. Then if you want to add ease to it, you can simply add ease of 1 inch or half inch, depending on how free you want it to be. But in this case, I don't want the outfit to be that free. So I'll just add half an inch. So I'll just add half an inch, then plus another half inch, which will pass for the sewing allowance. Then on the waist too, I'm going to, since our waist measurement is also 20, I'm going to also be using the same measurement, 5 inches here, then half an inch, same allowance, then, no, on the waist, I don't want the waist to be free, so I'll just add half an inch sewing allowance. And moving back to the neckline. For the neckline, if it is a basic dress, you are going to use 1 inch for the back. And connect it. See the way I place my pattern master. Then for the front, you will make use of 2.5 inches. But since I'm not making use of this, I want it to be like a strap dress. So I'm going to come down by 3 inches because I don't want it to be too revealing. So I'm going to come down by 3 inches. So if you want the front and the back to be of the same length, you can leave it at this 3 inches, or you come here for the back by half an inch and you connect this point to this point, but I'm leaving them on the same level. Okay, then you want to come and mark down this point where your strap is starting from. So if you have to look at this, I want the strap length to be around 1.5 inches from here. So just square this up like this. Then you have to now blend this part into the body like this. You want to blend this part into the body like that. Okay, then remember to add your half an inch for the seam allowance also at the down part. So because I'm using a scuba fabric, I don't want it to be too free, so I'm going to remove this allowance I added on the bust. So I'm going to be connecting it like this back. So I'm removing the allowance I added. So I just have half an inch seam allowance. Remember, 5 inch, 5 inch, half an inch. So that is it. So don't be confused. You just have to calm down and watch the video. So carefully watch the cutting so you know where you're cutting. I'm also cutting in this one. And the next part of cutting. This strap. So you want to include up and down here. Then you proceed to. Okay, so this is the strap. Okay, so another thing I forget to do is to actually put like an indication to where your strap is starting from, so you're not going to forget. Okay, so I'll go and use this to cut my back first. After cutting the back, I'll fold the zipper allowance inward like this, or you can cut it out and then use it to cut the front. Strap, I don't want my strap to have like a joining on the shoulder. I don't want it to have a joining on the shoulder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to trace it out on like a fresh paper. Just out on like a fresh paper like this. So add half an inch like this. Then you cut it out. Okay, so after you cut it out, see the way it is like this. You have to come and place this. See the way it is. See the way it is like this. Take this and place it on this. Like this. And you secure it with your sellotape or anything you have. Okay. And that is also, this is what you are going to have. You see, no joining. Then remember to add 0.5 here, 0.5 here also. Then also round like this. You add 0.5 here, you also add 0.5 here. Making use of this wine scuba fabric for the style. Let's cut the front first, since my pattern is already on fold. Secure with your pin or any heavy metal that you have. So on this part, remember you are going to add half an inch on this part, even on the upper part here. Don't forget. Then also notch this point where your strap is going to start from. Let me double it. I want to save myself stress of having to fold and fold again. So I'll be folding this at once. Okay. And secure with your pin also. And you proceed to cutting it out. Oh, I've made a mistake. I did not include half an inch on this part. Oh, that's so costly. I've gotten carried away. I didn't include half an inch on this part. And I'm working with a limited fabric. Well, I'll find my way around it. But please and please, that is why it is good to always indicate on it, on the area you want to add your seam allowance, so you will not forget. Then you have to cut this part open. Also, don't forget, you can notch like this also. Just don't notch all the way into the sewing allowance. Like this is also okay. And the next thing we want to cut is the strap. So let's check this first for the strap. Okay, so you proceed to stitching much so that it can relax. Yes. You also do the same thing for the other side. Presently, there is no light, and I don't have charcoal. I would have used my charcoal iron to press it. Let's set this aside. Now this is the front, the two parts. So bring the strap. Now remember the strap, you have one part that is high up like this, that is high like this. So this part that is high, see, do like this. Then okay, this was the one I notched. This. So you want to hold it like this, then take it downward and place on that notch part. Then take the second one. Remember, this is the eye part. So for this, the eye part will also be facing the center like this. So you also want to place the starting point on the notched area. Then you bring the second fabric and place on it. So we are stitching the armhole and the neck with half an inch. Out like this. See, this is what we are having. Okay, so let's set it aside and bring out the back. Okay, so this is the back, and let's start with one. So you have to turn your fabric this way, then place. Remember, this is that clip part, that part that you clip. So place this. See, this is your fabric. Place this on this part like this, and secure with your pin. Always be careful when you are notching, so you will not go and cut into your seam. See? Repeat the same thing for the second side. Turn it. So this is what we are having. So this is the back. So on the armhole area, open it up like this, and open the front also like this. Secure with your pin. Yeah. Come and secure this also with your pin. And also secure this with your pin. And remember, we added half inch for our sewing allowance, so we are going to use that to stitch it down. Then you repeat the same thing for the other side. This is what it is looking like. So in our next video, I will be making the down part. Bye. Thanks for watching. I don't have a table, which is why I'm using this table side of my sewing machine. All I have to do is mark my length, which is 13 inches, and I've done that. Remember, I'm managing my fabric, so it's not going to have that much fullness. So the width I have here is around 8 inches. Why here? Okay. Okay, so let's come down from here. For the crotch length, I'm going to be using 7.5. Then I'm going to come in by 1 inches. So mark the 1 inch upward like this. Then this is the front and this is the back. So on this back, you just have to add half an inch to it. Then you come and curve it out this way. So curve it out this way. All right. So before cutting, let's proceed. You know, children have like their tummy is quite big or more protruding. So because of that, on the front part towards this crotch area here, I will be marking 2 inches. I will be marking 2 inches. Okay. So because I don't want sewing to be at the side, let's just cut out the crotch area first. So for the down part, I think I will be leaving it like this. Yes, I'll be leaving it like this. So all I have to do is just trim this part so they'll be equal and cut off. Let's just shape it a bit by half an inch. Let's just shape it a bit by half an inch. Okay, so shaping it by half an inch. Okay, then we have to now open it. Remember, this is so now let's open it up. This is the front, and this is where the back ends. So I want to raise the front because of the belly. I don't want it to be hanging in our crotch. So I went up by 2 inches, and I'm going to connect it to the back like this. When I'm cutting it out, I'm going to be adding half an inch for stitching it to the top. So remember to cut this one off. And this is what we have. So all we have to do is go and stitch this place, stitch the back with half an inch here. Stitch the front also with half an inch. Stand up. What did I say? Stand up! Drop it on the floor. Keep quiet. I'm even confused as to the shiny part. Okay, so let's stitch the front side. Up like this. And then take the under crotch area like this. Come and secure it with your pin. So for the back, I actually forget we are adding zipper to it. So we are still going to lose some inches. So let's turn it to the wrong side. So this is what it is looking like. Then all you have to do is locate the midpoint of your bodies. This is the midpoint. Come and place it on this crotch area. Keep it like this since you are sewing on the shoulder part or the knicker part. Okay, so take this to the zipper area on the blouse, and remember on the zipper area on the blouse we left 1 inch, and on the knicker we have half an inch. So you have to come and measure your 1/2 inch away first on the bodies, then place it like this. Do the same thing for the other side. 1/2 inch away, then you place it here. So all you have to do now, you see that the knicker waist is wider than the bodies, so you have to just gather it small or pleat it so that it can fit into it. Another thing I decided to do is come and open it up by 5 inches on the side. So you have to figure out the side very well. Then you open it up to 5 inches. Onto the other side. So after sewing the two sides, I don't want to just leave it plain like this. Where's the baby girl outfit now? So let's add a black bow to elevate it. So all you have to do is fold your fabric into four like this and measure 2.5 inches round like this. So we are going to be needing 4 of this. Okay, so we have 4 of this already. So we are taking them 2 then we'll go and stitch it round and create small hole at the middle here to turn it out. Sew it round, create a small hole at the middle here and turn it out through it. Insert your needle and run a loose stitch across the fabric. Okay, I will say you should, after dragging, wrap it around it tightly like this. Bring it from this place. Stitch it down. It down. This is what you are. In case it is not steady, you can just come and hold it here, just so as to secure it. Do the same thing for the second side. And this is the outcome of our play suit. Thanks for watching.